So, it's raining. And I was having a really productive study slash work day, working through my to-do list that was particularly long, feeling super motivated. And then the power cut. And since it's raining and since my apartment doesn't like service, I don't really have even data on my phone. Obviously, my laptop is fully charged because it was plugged in, but that's dying. And I don't even have Wi-Fi. So I was literally in the middle of a review quiz, then the power died. And yes, of course, there are things that I could do on my list that involve textbook reading and looking at notes from last year, all these things. But now I don't want to do anything. So instead I thought we could have a little bit of a chat about motivation. Maybe I'm avoiding work, but at the end of this chat we're gonna together dig into something. So I wanted to talk about motivation because I think it's a bit of this sort of airy concept that no one really knows anything about in kind of a weird way. Like, we know or we expect that we're just going to be motivated because, I'm in med school, I want to study medicine, so therefore I'm always going to be motivated because I want to be a doctor, and the only way to be a doctor is to finish med school. But that's not the case. There's definitely a lot of days where motivation's not there. You're tired, you're not interested in that specific topic, it's hard, you'd much rather be doing something else. There's a lot of days where simply that doesn't exist. That motivation's not there. And of course, we can talk about the differences between extrinsic and intrinsic motivation, and how relying on motivating for intrinsic values and intrinsic reasons definitely is better than extrinsic. So motivating yourself more because you want to be doing that thing versus doing it for an external reason like getting a good grade or impressing someone, yada yada yada. But even still, even intrinsically motivated, it's just not there. Today I think I was pretty motivated, and then the power went out and my motivation just went done. Goodbye. You don't want to do anything more. It's raining. I just want to light a candle and read a book and curl up in the darkness. It's a Sunday. Like, all of these things are against me doing work. And I can come up with all these excuses of, I can't start that because I don't have Wi-Fi. I can't finish my quiz because I don't have Wi-Fi. So I shouldn't start looking up signs and symptoms because I don't have Wi-Fi. But those are all kind of BS reasons because I have textbooks, I have notes, I can do things. So this is where I think the sort of concept of discipline comes in more, especially with studying, or especially with things that are good in the long run or you need to do in the long run, but you won't always need to do it. It's like going to the gym, studying, eating well, all of these things that we sort of tell ourselves we're going to do, actually implementing them through self-discipline, not just motivation, can be beneficial in the long run. So take today, for example. I don't have motivation to do what I have to do. And the power cutting proves that my motivation wasn't really strong to begin with. So I need to rely on self-discipline. And that can be something that, if not practice, can really easily kind of fall to the wayside. So this year, sort of like 2020, my sort of word of the year is self-discipline. I really want to work on that sort of in all aspects of my life. And I've made some Instagram posts about it. But this is a really great example. Instead of letting myself just curl up and read and say, I can't do anything, I need to dig in and prove to myself that even when I don't want to be doing something, I know I should be, I will do it. And it's sort of the repetition of that theoretically should make it easier in the long run. So if I stay disciplined today, then the next time something gets in the way of my studying, it'll be like, well, you know, you studied when the power was out, you can study now. And that discipline will come in on the days where the motivation's not there. And I'm kind of speaking out of my butt, for lack of a better phrase, right now, but I just had a lot of thoughts. These are thoughts that I have about sort of self-discipline versus motivation, etc., a lot. And I kind of thought today was a really great moment for that, of like, let's sit down and let's prove to myself, maybe to yourself. If you're watching this video, you may have found it because you want some motivation, but instead you're learning about discipline. And yeah, so let's prove to me that I can sit and study. So one of the tools that I use specifically for studying when I don't want to do something is to do the Pomodoro technique. So 25 minutes on, 5 minutes break. Not sure what I'm going to do for a break, because normally I will scroll Instagram or go on YouTube, as well as sort of the countdown method. So on the count of 3, you're just going to get up and you're going to start it. So I have some snacks ready. I'm going to try to take this pretty leisurely, be nice to myself, be kind to myself, because I'm not that motivated. And I'm going to reevaluate my list. What can I do without internet? Which is pretty much everything except that quiz. It just happened that I was doing the quiz when the power cut. I'm gonna do it. So take a second. Think to yourself, what's the thing that you're avoiding doing? Comment it down below if you want to. And let you think. Is there Jeopardy music playing or something? And on the count of 3, we are just going to get up and do it. So I am going to review the text from last year about respiratory history, so like signs and symptoms of common respiratory problems. Tell me what you're going to do, and we'll put a timer on, if I have my phone, for 25 minutes. Maybe you close this video and you go to one of my study with me's, that's okay, I don't mind. And we will get down to do it, and then maybe I'll take my 5-minute break later, to chat more if I kind of have any more thoughts. But pretty much I just want to relate to you that the moments when it's hard is the moments that you need to dig in the most, because then you can prove to yourself that you've dug in before, you can dig in again. You had the motivation to decide to start something, so you can use the self-discipline to continue doing that thing. So clearly motivated to be a doctor, but it takes a lot of self-discipline to actually get through the studying, and that is the muscle we are working on today. So I realized that if you were good and on the count of 3 you got up and did something, you can't see the rest of this video. But if you're waiting for the end, I don't think I really have anything else to add. I just wanted to pick up my camera, chat a bit, and also sort of let you all know that even the people that present as super motivated aren't always actually motivated. Maybe they're just more disciplined. So if you follow anybody that promotes studying or the school they're in, etc., on Instagram or YouTube, including myself, we may come across as super motivated, super organized, on the ball all the time. And truth is, at least for myself, and probably for them, we're not. So I'm big about transparency and honesty, and yeah, today I am not motivated, and the power went out, and I don't want to do anything, but I am. So yeah, make sure you give this video a like if you like my little ramblings. Comment below the thing that you're avoiding and that you're going to do at the end of this video, and make sure you subscribe if you want to see more of what I do in med school, more ramblings like this, study with me's, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, thanks for listening if you got this far, and 25 minutes, you know what you're kicking your butt to do, and in 3, 2, 1, let's go.